After obtaining your first buggy, you're now officially ready to start exploring Brook Hollow Park. But before you do, I strongly suggest that you upgrade your gear. This means upgrading your Omni tool to tier 2 and gathering the resources needed to craft what is arguably the best loadout currently available in the game, the Wolfsbane set. You're also going to need sizzle protection for the fire pit region, freeze protection for the ice cream cart, and a gas mask to deal with the stinky biomes and bugs. You'll need the tier 2 Omni axe to be able to harvest the resources required for the hammer and the shovel, so we'll start with that. In order to upgrade the Omni axe, you'll need 2 roach chunks, 2 blueberry leather, and 2,000 raw science. You can get roach chunks from cockroaches and cockroach nymphs, which can be found all over the park, usually in regions with trash. There's actually a few that like to hang out around the roots of the oak tree near the snack bar, so I suggest searching there first. As for blueberry leather, you'll first need to acquire blueberry chunks, which can currently only be found in one specific region of the map. To the south of the ice cream cart are a few small blueberry bushes where you'll be able to harvest blueberry chunks. Here it is on the map. Your first time traveling to these bushes will trigger a rant over the Scabby's communicator from the stranger, and the bushes will be guarded by at least one orc bee. Don't forget to peep it. Once you've collected a healthy supply of blueberry chunks, you'll have to craft them into blueberry leather using either a workbench or a jerky rack. When you have all of the required resources, travel to the nearest ranger station and upgrade the Omni axe. Now that you've got a tier 2 Omni axe, we can work on upgrading the other tools. For the tier 2 Omni hammer, you'll need 1 ladybug head, 1 lingonberry leather, and 2,000 raw science. For the tier 2 Omni shovel, you'll need 1 northern scorpion stinger, 2 pine needles, and 2,000 raw science. It's probably worth mentioning that for this section of the tutorial, you're going to need all sorts of resources, so it's best to continually be bashing and harvesting new creatures and resource nodes while exploring the various biomes of the park. As I mentioned before, the next few chapters of the tutorial can be done in any order, so to avoid backtracking, you might want to tackle multiple objectives at the same time. That being said, ladybug heads can be obtained from ladybugs, which free roam around the park on random routes with no set territory, so just keep an eye out for them. Northern scorpions, on the other hand, do have territorial ranges, but are common enough around the park that you shouldn't have trouble finding some. I know for a fact that one likes to hang out around the podium in the ceremony region, so if you're struggling to find one, try checking them. Here it is on the map. Lingonberry chunks and pine needles can both be found in the Pine Hills region in the northwestern corner of the map. They can only be harvested with the tier 2 axe, and much like the blueberries, you'll need to convert lingonberry chunks into leathers for most crafting recipes. You'll easily find pine needle clusters scattered all across the Pine Hills region. As for the lingonberry chunks, they can be knocked down from the branches of the hedge that runs along the western edge of the park to the north of the snack bar. Here it is on the map. With all of these materials successfully gathered, you'll be able to upgrade your Omni tools to tier 2, which is currently the highest tier available in version 1 of the early access. With your tools upgraded, it's time to start looking at your weapons and armor. There's a lot of debate in the grounded community over which loadout is currently the best, but I'm here to settle that debate and tell you that the Wolfsbane set is the one you should be using, until we get something better. Let's start with what you'll need to craft this incredibly powerful rogue build. The weapon at the heart of this loadout is the Wolfsbane Fangs, a pair of twin daggers that deal heavy damage while also inflicting venom onto your opponents. In order to craft these daggers, you'll need 2 Wolfsbane Fangs, 4 Wolfsbane chunks, and 2 silk ropes. Wolfsbane parts obviously come from wolf spiders, which can be found scattered across the park. Here's a map showing some of their spawn points, but it's worth noting that they won't start spawning in until day 5. In order to make silk rope, you'll first need to construct a spinning wheel and use it to convert web fiber, which can be obtained by defeating spiders and breaking spider webs. As for the Wolfsbane's Fangs, they have more going for them than just high damage and venom coating. They can be crafted relatively early, depending on your blocking skill checks against wolf spiders, quickly allowing you to snag a tier 3 weapon that'll carry you through the game's opening chapter. They also hit with high damage, have a fast attack animation allowing you to deal damage quickly, and as I mentioned, will inflict and stack venom onto your opponents, doing even more damage over time. They also have a charged dash attack that deals a ton of damage on ambush strikes that can give you an early advantage in most combat situations. The only real downside is that it's a two-handed weapon, which means you won't be able to use them while carrying a torch. This means that while exploring at night or inside of most tunnels, you'll need a one-handed backup weapon. However, these daggers get even more better when paired with the wolf spider armor set. To craft the wolf hood, you'll need 2 wolf spider fangs, 3 spider venoms, and 2 blueberry leathers. For the wolf spaulders, you'll need 3 wolf spider chunks, 4 silk ropes, and 4 blueberry leathers. And the wolf leggings require 4 wolf spider chunks, 3 silk ropes, and 2 blueberry leathers. To be fair, you can also craft this scorpion armor if you want. It's almost just as good, but it's only tier 2, which means it's not as cool, obviously. What makes these rogue armors work so well with the Wolfsbane's fangs isn't necessarily the venom boost, but the boosted critical hit chance on the final strike of your attack animation. Critical hits in the Grounded franchise are extremely powerful. They can stagger enemies out of attack animations and blocking stances, they deal extra stun damage, and obviously deal more damage in general than a regular attack. Due to the dagger's fast-paced animations, combined with the rogue armor's critical hit modifier, you'll be dishing out critical hits left and right, cementing the rogue builds as the best offensive option currently available in the game. That being said, there are builds that will perform better in certain situations, but overall, the Wolf Spider set will give you enough power to deal with any combat situation you encounter during the first chapter. Anyway, now that you've got some good combat gear, it's time to discuss the climate gear you'll need to explore all of the biomes currently found across the park. This means warm gear, cold gear, and stink gear. Let's start with the stank. In order to survive the fumes of certain trashy regions, you're going to need a gas mask. Fortunately, gas masks can be easily crafted using 1 weevil nose, 4 gnat fuzzes, 2 crude ropes, and 1 stinkbug part. You can find stinkbugs lounging around the park's brick-lined walking path to get their parts. Here it is on the map. You can also sometimes find stinkbug parts inside of spider web sacks, so check those if you're having trouble taking down your first stinkbug. In order to explore the park's fire pit region, you'll need a full set of sizzling armor. To craft the sizzling circlet, you'll need 3 bombardier parts, 1 boiling gland, and 2 lingen leathers. For the sizzling robe, you'll need 4 bombardier parts, 5 spicy shards, and 5 lingen leathers. And the sizzling boots will take 4 bombardier parts, 3 silk ropes, and 4 lingen leathers. Aside from the spicy shards, most of these resources can be acquired by defeating bombardier beetles, which can be found basically all over the park, oftentimes lounging around the stone-lined normal-sized walking paths. You can get spicy shards from busting hot cha-cha candies that can be found scattered across the park. Here's a map to help you find some if you're having trouble. In addition to wearing the sizzling armor, you can also activate the mutation Fresh Defense to stack even more sizzle protection before venturing into the fire pit. You can unlock the maximum level of Fresh Defense by consuming 10 mint chunks. Much like spicy shards, mint chunks can be obtained by busting fresh mint candies that can be found around the park. Here's a map to help you find some. I also suggest you eat 10 spicy shards to unlock the other half of Fresh Defense, Spicy Safety, which can be activated for additional freeze resistance. Just as you'll need sizzle resistance to explore the fire pit, you'll need a full set of fuzzy armor to keep from freezing too much while exploring the ice cream cart. The fuzzy hat can be built using 3 bee fuzz, 2 gnat fuzz, 2 lingen leathers, and 2 silk ropes. For the fuzzy parka, you'll need 3 bee fuzz, 3 milkweed tufts, 4 lingen leathers, and 3 silk ropes. And in order to craft the fuzzy mucklucks, you'll need 3 bee fuzz, 2 bug rubber, 3 lingen leathers, and 2 silk ropes. Wearing this armor, along with the mutation Spicy Safety, you'll be able to adventure into the ice cream cart without having to worry too much about the cold. Bee parts and milkweed tufts, in my experience, will be the toughest resources to find. Fortunately, I've included this map to help you with the bees. And this map to help you with the milkweed pods. You'll need to knock the milkweed pods off of these really tall plants before you can harvest them, so make sure you have a spear to throw or a bow to shoot arrows with. Now that you're all geared up, you're officially almost ready to explore everywhere currently available in the game. However, there is one more piece of equipment that I highly suggest you invest in crafting. This being the Everchar Torch, which can be crafted using 1 Everchar coal chunk, 2 stinkbug parts, 2 bombardier parts, and 2 silk ropes. Unlike the regular torches, which deplete in durability way too fast if you ask me, the Everchar Torch will last much longer and shine significantly brighter, making night and tunnel exploration a bit less tedious and terrifying. Once you've assembled all of this essential equipment, you'll be as prepared as you currently can be to take on any challenge that you have to contend with while embarking on your crusade to solve the mysteries of Brook Hollow Park and collect all of the goodies it has to offer. which is exactly what we'll be going over in the next few chapters of this guide. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the tutorial. You are now more better than you were before. As I mentioned before, Grounded 2 is still in early access, so if the tutorial seems outdated or inaccurate, check the comments or the description for any updates. Also, feel free to ask me anything when I'm live over on Twitch if you need more tips and tricks from a Grounded Grandmaster. And always remember, whether I see you here in the comments, over in the Twitch chat, or someplace else across the Streamiverse, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, see ya!
Whoa, I'm not just small, I'm tiny. This is freaking awesome!
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.